What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to review a freebie, like I promised. A free comic book day, Star Wars Tales, a Jedi's Weapon. In other words, we're going to do another Tales from the Past. In this case, it's a comic slash floppy, a freebie from 2002. The year that the same prequel trilogy, the second movie, well, at least the second movie of the prequel trilogy of of Star Wars Attack of the Clones was released. And as a form of promotion, they gave some during a free comic book day. They gave some freebies away, and this is one of them. Unfortunately, it wasn't free for me. It cost me. I bought it from a Facebook group, so. Yeah, some message coming through. I bought from a Facebook group where that I'm a member of, and I know the guy pretty well. Also bought other issues from him Tales of the, not just Tales of the Star Wars. Whoa, I'm almost starting to speak out there. But it's basically things I started: Tales of the Jedi's Weapon, Star Wars Legacy, some of the old Clone Wars comics from Dark Wars. This one is no different, and it also shows some elements like political elements that take place in it, but that's another discussion. That's a discussion that I also have the problem that I also have with this whole culture war nonsense. Is one side tells the story of that comics have always been political, and the other side is telling you don't put politics in my comics. And both have a point, but after taking some distance, etc., and time to think, I think I've figured out something, and that's something that's been there and something that has been there all along. Is comics, especially from the moment the comic strips were released, they have always touched, and especially cartoons, things like that, from any visual medium, they always touched on certain political elements before. But back in the day when especially superhero comics made it big, it was more like a tale of there were some elements in the background, but it was more like just treat other people. Just treat other people like you want to be treated, and that's about it. Nowadays, it's all about sending the current all about the current thing, or in other words, the current thing. And if you don't agree with us, you're either an you know what, and if you don't like certain books from the anti-SJW crowd, at least some creators, some that I've bad experience with, tell you that you're certainly a communist, when I think pretty much both extremes are a joke. But that's a discussion that's a discussion taking place nowadays. But today we're going to do a review of what I think is how you do put political elements in a comic book, in a floppy, and do it right immediately. Which is a difficult thing to do, but sometimes you succeed. So, Jedi's Weapon. It's the script is written by Henry Gilroy, pencils by Manuel Garcia, inks Jimmy Palmiotti, colors is Guy Major, letters is Steve Dutro, and top as issue now online. That was back then. David Nestel. The editor is Dave Land. Assistant editor is Philip Simon, and publisher is Dark Horse, etc. is Mike Richardson. And there's some advertising things that are no longer relevant. So this is basically the part one is who the writers are, etc. Now to the synopsis. This is a spin-off story of takes place during the events or before the events of Attack of the Clones, where both Obi-Wan Kenobi and his Padawan, the Chosen One, are heading towards the planet in an that wants to join the Republic. And to get back to the political elements is, I don't care, who cares? Star Wars is dead nowadays. Nobody pays attention to it. But both are the separatists were kind of right about the Republic is the Republic, or the Galactic Republic, where if some planets wanted to keep their independence, etc. But sometimes you see it also in other big things or political entities like the European Union. Sometimes to put a little too much pressure on them, and they especially in this period of before the Battle of Yavin, the Jedi Order and especially the Republic have become too corrupted. And they try to keep the role as peacekeepers, but it doesn't always work out. So Sovereign King of The thing is, what the synopsis is all about is the Sovereign King of Kashir is almost ready to join the Republic, but it's a planet that has its own problems. So their negotiations, they're quite important negotiations. So both Anakin and what he tries to warn them about is their primitive race, and they are somewhat suspicious, and the lightsaber, and they have to put it in front of them, the belt in front of them, so to show proper respect to the people of, especially the king of Kashir. So for this meeting, to be on your guard, especially mindful. Don't worry, Miles. I'm always mindful. If only, indeed, during this period he wasn't that mindful at all. But so they're welcomed into the throne room with to welcome King Shamar. This is the leader or the king of Kashir, the independence of Kashir. And he thanks them for the respect they shown by showing their respective weapons in front of them. And like typical Kashir king / sheikh, he has his own set of wives. Tiadi, Kean, Milix, and Ashala. And they're all looking like women and not men who dress up like girls. They're probably going to strike my channel for this. So this is the last time you've seen it from me. Just kidding. So the introduction goes smoothly, and he tells the wives to do whatever the hell they want. And but Anakin is kind of distracted, and seen in the next pages. And they first they discuss the coming together of the Galactic Republic and the Kashir, the Kingdom of Kashir. So and they, of course, they're not talking like peacekeepers, talking like politicians. They can assure the king that uniting with the Republic will mean great prosperity. Something like what they tell about the European Union. That's either true or not, depending on where you stand. And he believes he's right. The Jedi Order has always proved dependable these past years. It's just something troubles him. Yeah, he's worried about his wives. It's in their hearts, yeah. I want them to see it all, but I'm anxious. They are too eager. I have but 2 guards, and yet I have 4 wives. What can we do about that? He tells him that there's just a guard to lift, etc. And he tells him that Anakin and both Obi-Wan accept the offer to be their guards for now. He tells him that Anakin thinks they're quite primitive, but they seem well-mannered, but turns out that they're good for one thing throughout the galaxy. They're stealing. and they managed to steal Anakin's lightsaber. One of the wives did it, at least. Spoiler alert. And one of the Queen wife must have taken. Yeah, of course, one of the Queen wife must have taken it, and they're. He and Anakin, being the stubborn one he is, he goes on. He goes looking for his lightsaber. So your lightsaber is your life. First, I'm going to drink a little bit of decaf. Just what I need. So he gets through the window, an intruder, and the wives grab him. And yeah, you know how it goes in certain stories where the wives get ignored for too long, and especially by the king, who has important business to attend to, and their needs are not being met. But yeah, the wives are kind of doing some quality control on the young Padawan. So it tells him they ask him not to leave what he's doing here, and he's standing guard for them. But they tell him that they don't need a guard, and they tell him that he's so young, so good looking. Ooh. Yeah, they haven't been touched by their men for quite a while, so they want to try some fresh meat. Some young Padawan wasn't lost his virginity yet, and it helped. And he told him that he asked him. Anakin is kind of a smooth one. I apologize, I seek only my Jedi weapon. It was taken from me by one of you, and this turned out to be Ashala, one of the wise. But it tells me one of the wise, I think Mirix, or was it someone else? Let's see if I can remember the names correctly. Should take a note. Oh yeah, Jedi asks him, gets told to shut up. And let him discover for himself, and tell him to let him discover for himself. And so he goes for a strange noise, but he evades the guards. And the king is sleeping, aka the Sheikh, Space Sheikh. And yeah, Shah tells him that he came for his weapon, and yeah. And she tells him that for a price, maybe you'll return. That's forbidden passion. That's forbidden. So she basically offered Anakin to sleep with her, and perhaps there will be fewer Jedi weapons to worry about. If there was more Jedi passion, perhaps, but it's against the Jedi code I'm committed to. Beyond that, your king, trust me, I will not betray him. Your soul impresses me. Okay. You stole my lightsaber to lure me here. This was a test. To measure integrity, perhaps. I'm certain now my husband, my king, is wise to trust the Jedi. As for your weapon, I did enjoy seeing it from you. It's the way of the Kashir, so she's basically testing him. Doing some meat tasting. And so I can have my lightsaber back. I no longer have it. Someone stole it away from her before she had the chance to do it. So he goes further. So Anakin goes finding. Anakin gets suspicious at first, but he's not sure to believe Ashala or not. But the Kashidim are thieves, not liars, thank goodness. So this is not the king's voice. Your Highness, open the door. The guards, quick, the wind, and she tells him to escape through the window. I heard the voice. If not you, another woman. It's nothing. The king snores. This window is open. I opened it, and Ashala tells him that she wanted to open to give the taste of fresh air. And yeah. And the king tells him that to close the window and to sleep. And she tells him that she sealed it. Now go before the king grows angrier. She tells him the guards. Ashala tells him that she sealed the window, and she tells the guards to go, and she goes back to sleep again. And yeah, but in the meanwhile, Anakin is hanging outside there. and makes a Jedi, makes a force jump, and he's back on his feet again. And I want to guard his against space, but nothing's found. And someone knocks, and he knocks on the door. Anakin, are you alright? It turns out to be Obi-Wan. And Anakin tells him that there's something I need to tell him, but Obi-Wan kind of saw it coming already. You lost your weapon. I know. I'm a lightsaber, but how? I get surprised about it. But And Obi-Wan asked him to be on guard. He was not mindful enough, and it's a valuable lesson for him. When the king introduces queens, he lost all focus by looking too much at the female beauty. I would be distracted as well. I'm not lying. And one queen easily stole the lightsaber, and I shall hid it under a rope. But Obi-Wan he force pulled it out of her under her dress. So now it was a test and he was testing Anakin to see how long it would take for him to notice for himself and whether he would tell him or not. And he asked, why did you tell me you had my lights when the king left us? But the Kashidim are not the only ones who value trust, Anakin. We need to trust each other too. This lightsaber is your life. This lightsaber is your life. Don't lose it again. Yes, master. I'll try not to, master. And he tells him that something else needs to tell him what. Oh, sorry, when I climbed out the fresher window onto the ledge. What? And that's the end of this freebie. That's not actually a freebie, but so far we're going to the final verdict. So far I liked it more than the comic version of Attack of the Clones. Felt a little bit underwhelming. But the thing is, I like these kind of spin-offs. I like them more than for example the prequel trilogy. Even though the prequel trilogy is okay, it's not the worst kind of movies, but with Attack of the Clones, the first part is not, aside from the things with Jango Fett the Bounty Hunter, Sam Wessel, and at the end with Dooku, because Christopher Lee played it amazingly, are basically it's just a hit or miss. It's 50, I liked it for 50%, but I didn't like for the other 50%. But yeah, going back to the art-wise, it's pretty good art. It's a little inconsistent in certain places, but they know how to draw the woman like woman, the brides. So it's a good thing. Nice the cover is basically I think the cover is also what you expect from it. It's not. It's kind of it fits the time and the place for it that the story takes place in. And writing wise, I liked it more than the comic version of all the issues that made up Attack of the Clones. And I liked it more than the first half of the second prequel trilogy movie. So that's a good thing. And I enjoyed. In fact, I enjoyed it. I can't deny I enjoyed more than the prequel trilogy and the sequel trilogy. So it was a good read. I enjoyed it a lot, and there's a great sense of humor in it, and shows that certain political elements could work as long as you give them a back seat. And made part of the world itself. And so it could work, but the best way to do it is keep it subtle, keep it in the background, and let the story speak for itself. And that's all I have to say about this. It gets an 8 out of 10, so an 80 out of 100, and that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Next one we're going to do a spoiler-free review. It's a non-spoiler review of Sacrament by Alice Studios. So talk to you guys later. Wish you all a good night. Take my last sip of League of, and see you guys in the next one. Jane.